Gala. You see the hover of the Tristana, maybe a nod to the Gnar counter, but it will be the Jhin locked in here for JD to wrap up our Game 1 draft.
Okay,
Kill on the Breed. Has picked up a decent gap in CS. That W ability going to be very valuable against what AL has to offer, as well as the Stand United. Try to protect some of that dive. They're going to try to dive this, though. It's Honkyu once again getting focused down by that hook shot flash. In goes the call to pack here for Tarzan. And the Ignite from Kyle will pick up first blood. Tarzan looking for another. Gets Vampire just barely in range for that first proc of the ultimate. He survives with less than 25.
One of the things that Vampire has been enabling his jungler to do, just constantly be walking forward. However, it's level 8 and a 0-0-0 Lee Sin. This is usually a very bad sign. Oh god, I didn't even see Gala's HP.
Speaking, you know who's not 0-0-0? That's Tarzan, who's going for another play, this time in the bottom lane. Nice job by him.
That's why I think it comes a lot to the philosophy of how you want to play this current meta game.
Ooh, gonna get public executioned as Junja also has a Shen on top of him as well. There goes the taunt, the resonating strike. Xiaoshu getting the kill, and JDG are on the board.
It's not often we get to say just play safe top lane, but just play safe top lane. That was a exertion of resources from JDG as Honkyu is in danger.
Yeah, just play safe mid. Yeah, Miasma on top of you. There's the hook shot as well. That's another kill going the way of anyone's leg. Gets power potentially taken down by JDG first. Just barely ahead of that satchel charge from pressure down. Still making plays alongside Tarzan in this one, but now Vampire can go for one of his own onto Shanks. Junja, oh, he ward hops over the petrifying gaze. One more auto will do it as Honkyu ends up getting the kill, but here comes Tarzan, a really nice scatter once again coming through from Honkyu, canceling the dash forward with the ultimate. Hope throwing out some bouncing bombs, but I don't think JD Gaming are going to be too unhappy with that as a curtain call. Also coming out to teleport in for Xiaoshu, and all 5 members of Jindong looking to try to even up this game, get a little bit more kills into their pocket. There goes the dash forward from Xiaoshu, lands the boomerang and forces the flash away from Tarzan.
When you have a fight and you get important summoners, i.e. Junja, Tarzan, Shanks Splash, you punish it and you get something done.
Oh, got Honkyu's splash, and that's going to be another kill as well. Ooh, it's been
all of the dive ultimates available for AL. Will they even look to approach, though? It looks like they're just going to say there's so much mobility from the AL divers. It does make you... Oh, it is going to be big. It's going to give Xiaoshu a lot more area to play around. And right, we bought 5 minutes. That's the best we needed.
Yeah, so they're going to be able to pick up Soul Point. JDG looking for a bit of a response. The Kyle's at the hook shot over the wall. They pop the Herald, but maybe a little bit too late. That's the Honkyu is getting targeted. Goes Golden to try to deny himself from that Mega Inferno Bomb and ends up burning the flash to survive. For them to try to claim that soul if they're able to utilize their pieces in that right way. And I think JD Gaming are going to have to instead look for more scrappy plays before those objectives spawn, like we're seeing here. Public execution does not connect here for Breathe, and Junja's already down to half HP, but he gets taunted up by Vampire, and they're going to be able to shut him down. And it's going to be another stun landing with the Scout of the Week on to the Nefiri. Tarzan at the flash away, but the crit will take him down. It's a double kill in for Gala, and JDG find the scrap they're looking for and have a 3v5 for the next 35 seconds.
That should be enough to at least threaten the Baron, but with the Ziggs blowing up the mid lane tower, you have double mages, and the MR shred from Baron is no joke. There's a real world where AL can dissuade this.
Kyle still has his ultimatum, uses it onto Vampire, try to burst down the JDG support, but the Baron's already at 5k, no ability to smite it away. Shanks still hunting, looking maybe for a 3v5 outplay, but he's not going to find it. The Scatter of the Week connects from Honkyu, and that all but secures the big purple worm here for JD Gaming. They were on the back foot, have that Baron power play for the next 2 minutes. They're going to be pushing here in the mid and the bottom lane. Xiaoshu once again just continuing to assert.
You could just blow up immediately, and now it will result in JDG getting the dragon. No Ziggs bomb to steal. Nice attempt though. Up a strong defense to hold it, so doesn't result in a kill, but does result in getting that tier 1 tower down. So important against these control mages to kill the first
Baron buff, and with that last fight, is that now Gala really is online. He was behind about 1,000 gold, and you're seeing him continue to rack up the stacks, finding the kill on the Shanks underneath the mid lane tier 2 turret. This Jhin with that Infinity Edge fully online now in this first game, and JD Gaming continuing to stack their lead. A big swing in the gold, now up almost 4,000.
hope we get a replay of how that happened. I'm curious if it was Shanks overstepping or a bait coming out.
Another scatter, another taunt. Oh my goodness, JD Gaming finding angles every which way. Junja flashes forward, forces the hourglass from Hope, but he's only going to be delaying the inevitable demise of his champion in the mid lane. Another kill, another scatter. Oh, Hongq is on fire in this one. A double kill for Gala. Make it a triple. Bree taunted underneath the tower for the full-on ace for JD Gaming. What a swing here in this game number 1 as JD Gaming turned one single pick into a massive lead for themselves.
And it's just a single scatter. I see. Oh, he flashes forward. I thought he flashed away. Oh, Gala, that is beautiful timing to match Shanks. And it looks like it should be enough to secure the game.
I know, we got the replay. The game might have already ended by the time we go back to live. Shanks goes down again. Kyle in with the ultimatum, but he barely is able to dodge away from that force shot. Hongq is very low, and we have Hope coming back up in 5 seconds. Don't think it's going to matter, though. That second Nexus Tower is already going down. It'll be 1 kill. It'll be 2 for Hope, but the third won't come.
I am going to be focusing on what Junji is doing on that first clear, because Vi, not really a champion level 1. Jarvan, not. It's really not good.
Sure,
you don't want to be running Lux Kate and not having them at an advantage.
Ooh, Tarzan. Opportunity to make something happen here. They go onto Vampire. He still has his flash, but is immediately followed up by Hope, who lands the piercing light. And that's first blood for anyone's legend. Gala the next target. Another Vault Breaker comes through, but Gala will be able to flash away.
Over the light binding, as now Tarzan is potentially going to get aggressed on here by the mid jungle.
Flag and drag here for Junja. Neither jungler level 6, but this grub, or this crab I should say, would get them closer to doing so. Stolen away. Cataclysm comes through from Shanks, and they're going to funnel in all the damage onto Hongq. It's 2-0 again for anyone's legend. Tarzan will live with less than 100 HP. Being in a good position for JD Gaming overall. Junja securing both of them going down.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not great.
Now the question is, what is going to happen here is for AL, who are now stuck in the pit, maybe forced to fight their way out. There's a cease and desist. It goes on to Junja. Call the Force God. Gonna knock up 2. Cancelled by Junja as he jumps over with Cataclysm, but he's going to die all the same. First kill going over to anyone's legend. Still Hongq having a lot of damage, though, with this Arcane Storm. There is the ulti from Gala. Ace in the hole, chunking Kyle down to 100 HP. Won't be able to find any more, though, as AL once again.
Really, really difficult for him to approach. Otherwise, he'll just get turned on, as now JDG's boxed in.
Yeah, no ulti here for Hope, remember, and now Junja in melee range essentially lands that flag and drag, but the dive going forward onto JD Gaming instead. Gala and Vampire are annihilated. The hot pot combo comes in and forces Shanks down very low. Xiaoshu flashing in, he overheats, but he's not able to find a single kill. It's 5 members of anyone's legend collapsing upon the drag.
I can't wait for the replay of that one, because every single that really nice from the AL squad to protect Hope. Very nice message behind it.
Oh, and now they're going in for Gala as well. You remember what you said, Melvin? Once the Caitlyn starts to fall behind, it's not going to end up turning.
You have to eat up a lot of the aggro, but make sure that you are low enough that they want to focus you.
But Junja still hunting, still aggressive on this Jarvan, though it hasn't resulted in any kills. Maybe over-positioned here. As now the cease and desist is going to come forward, cancelled by the Cataclysm, but again, forces Junja forward. Equalizer not doing a whole lot, and now Tarzan will shift his attention over to Xiaoshu. He flashes in to make the play, and will survive after taking the kill. Ace in the hole going to get blocked by Kyle, and Shanks looking to continue the engage. Flag and drag, more and more difficult, as he already has his Canic Rooker looking for the Jock Show next. Maybe Hongq going to be the bearer of bad news onto that one. There's that play out in the mid lane that you were asking for. Don't know if they have the damage, though. There's the equalizer, or sorry, not the equalizer, the Cataclysm coming out from Junja. Still not resulting in anything. They're going to look to continue the chase, though, as Xiaoshu now enters the fight, flashes forward. Flag and drag gets canceled by the Volcanic Pillar, but it's not going to matter. Still, the kill eventually goes the way of JD Gaming, but it's going to come at the cost of a lot being burned in the mid lane. The Rift Herald has been popped. Should be 1 tower, maybe even parts of a second.
I mean, that is a desperation play through and through. AL
Vampire?
Knowing exactly how to punish, securing that mid
model from last split.
Bring back Blitzcrank.
Still puts them in a pretty good spot for JD Gaming to maybe come back. We'll see if that ends up happening here on this skirmish in the mid lane, but Junja already taken very low, so will go down to the likes of Hope. And it's
Baron.
a 1-0 already with the Baron game. You know, that was a fight they were looking for, and it just results in their jungler basically dying for free. Now Shank's going to have the better hand here in the mid lane against Hongqiu. He flashes forward for the Kingslayer, looking for the solo kill underneath the top lane, tier 1. Nicely done by Shanks. Nice trap line, but not going to matter too much as Breeze can just walk over it. Already the Dragon at 3,000 HP. You see the Vi on a control ward, but not going to matter. He dashes in. It's at 2,000 HP. Junja gets cancelled by the Ultra Mega Fire Kick, and that means that the Dragon will get secured by AL. Tarzan and Shanks diving onto the back line as Gala will go down. Vampire next, but the dive on the other side going to benefit. AL just going to make sure they are in a good position to fight for the soul in 2 minutes. Shanks actually dashes forward. Oh, he goes for the ultimate onto Gala. The Cataclysm puts the call. The Forge God from downtown going to be able to secure the JDG AD carry.
Crazy dive angle. AL knowing that they are at the disadvantage on the TP front, so they force the play themselves and just completely take away the agency from JDG to do anything.
I'm surprised that ended up working. I gotta go back and check the vision here. Speaking of, it looks like Vampire was looking for a little bit too much vision there. He burns the flash too. An unlucky timer there as Tarzan gets another one.
Hold up.
As JD Gaming looking to make a response on the other side of the map and force Shanks into a 2v1. He hijacks the equalizer, looks for a play, ends up popping the hourglass, but it's not going to be enough. He goes forward. He finds a trade kill onto the Rumble, but it'll eventually get taken down by Hongqiu. The 1-for-1 from Shanks, though, buys enough time for anyone's legend to finally go up to the top side of the map. Respective backlines. Which backline will be able to hold on the longest? Dragon started up. It will be Soul here for anyone's legend, as already Hope is taken down very low with the help of the Arcane Storm. And Breed has just dashed in the middle of the entire enemy team. Forced to flash away. He's going to go down right as he issues the call. The Forge God, a shutdown, finds the way of Xiaoshu. And they're going to continue to look for the play. Two-man flag and drag comes through from Junja. They take down Shanks. Tarzan goes into Guardian Angel. And Kyle and Hope are now on the run. Goes the Vi, and down he goes once again. Dragon taken.
This is going to be explosive.
And it looks like not a fight around the Baron, but instead this potential Soul Dragon again might not be easy for AL to take. That was already Tarzan is at half HP, hit up by the final spark. Call the Forge God lands on the Xiaoshu, but there's no follow-up as the Arcane Storm forces AL back. No cooldowns there for this Dragon that still has not spawned. AL now have push in the mid lane and will force JDG to eventually respond.
They have the push, but they don't have the Ornhorn, so their main threat
in goes a flash. Tarzan looking for the backline, finds the cease and desist on Gala, and Shanks is there to follow it up. It's a double kill for the Silas, and Xiaoshu's not able to do enough on the backline. A triple kill for Shanks. 2 members still up. A quadra kill. They're going to give it over. A pentakill in the first series of Split 3 for Shanks on his Silas pick. He teleports into the mid lane and will force a decider here in our opening series.
Done and dusted. Right there, the entire game explodes. The thing that AL could not get done in the first is done in the second, taking us to an all-important match point. Closest they have been to beating JDG since Split 1. Essential work here from the man in the mid lane from AL. That counts. That definitely counts.
So you're right. Going to be that melt in the mid lane. Sivir down to bot, clearing out some ways, something that JDG did not have a lot of. 5 does end up breaking out. Junja getting to the pit, but Tarzan actually is there first. Heroic charge sends him into the wall. Keeper's Verdict knocks him up. Exhaust already on a Tarzan who's down to 40% HP, and they've already taken down one. It is first blood over to Hongqiu as Kyle flies too close to the sun. Traded back though as Hope makes it an even trade. Breathe with the all out, goes on to Junja, forces him down, flashes for the final and Topo strike.
They just need to not get evicted by the Poppy.
You see the teleports burned by both top laners. They definitely want to make this a 5v5, but AL have full control over the pit, and JDG just going to give it away. That is the first Dragon secured essentially for nothing.
He can't flash over the wall because he doesn't have it. At best, he could have thrown his life away.
Play talent thrown out by Tarzan. Going to throw Junja back into the rest of AL. Shanks gets the gold. And another kill goes the way of getting there. Hongqiu is picking up his first item. Gala is as well. But in the full-on 5v5, going to be difficult just in a raw situation before any initial poke has been thrown out. And speaking of poke, that's exactly what happens to Junja around this Rift Herald. But it looks like JDG want to fight for it. A teleport about to come in. Pop Blossom from Kyle. does find Honkyu as Vampire is in the middle of anyone's legend. It will be the Herald secured by the Poppy, but the supreme display of talent finds 3, and Xiaoshu's forced to flash away. He does a lot of damage, able to take down 1, and now breathes on the backline, looking to hunt down Gala on the other side of things. Anyone's legend dominating the back end of that fight, despite the Rift Herald going JDG's way.
Tower, take a look at it, so it will be a bit of an extra gold injection into the Jace's pocket.
Bigger shield, bigger damage, bigger opportunities to kill Gala in that fight. Anyone's legend up in gold at this point, looking for a little bit more of a play as the fight is once again broken out, and Junja's caught out of position. The Tibbers from Shanks seals his fate as it's another jungler down on JDG's side. AL should be able to claim this second dragon of the game and put themselves in firm control of Game 3.
And not having a true frontline champion into the just constant barrage of pick tools that AL have is showing to be the thing that is falling apart for JDG's comp. Yes, Poppy, very good disengaged champion. If the enemy team only relies on dashes and doesn't have unstoppable or a lot of ways to get away from the Poppy ult, but we're just not seeing that value from Junja this game so far.
Tarzan lands with a stun onto Honkyu. Shanks looking to hunt down the Mel as well. Knowing the rebuttal's up though, always going to be a little bit dangerous and force Shanks away. He's at half health, and now Tarzan and him might wait in this tri-burst to try to hunt out Junja, who's looking to continue this chase at this point. Lands the buckler, but that is all he will. Looks like JDG is struggling to find anything at this point. Who knows how much that mobility could end up helping. You know, the counter argument is how much will that little extra tick of damage. They're able to get a comeback of their own there. But now AL firmly in the driver's seat, looking to change the narrative that has been...
Off the back of that, it gave JDG miracle fights that could let them back in the game. Now, as far as miracle fight champions
Here's the damage we were talking about for JDG. Can they turn that into a team fight win?
Shanks is on the flank with the flash tibbers. He is backed off though. Keep an eye on this Annie. They are the one that's going to be the force for the play.
It'll be big to try to deny that soul point. Oh, the keeper's verdict is beautiful from Junja. It sends the Kiana away. Tarzan has no ability to smite, and it will be that first dragon picked up for JD Gaming. Supreme display of talent comes out. Vampire flashes away from it, and everybody will get out with their lives.
Look, or it's gone. They're giving it up. Wow. Okay. AL were just able, boys. You have to get something done here. JDG, unless you're 100% confident, which you should not be.
Oh, Honkyu getting focused down by Tarzan. Doesn't throw out the Supreme display of talent just yet. He will eventually do so, but not find anybody. At least chunks Honkyu down to 40% HP. He has his teleport up to rejoin the fight, so he will be still a 5v5 if anything does end up breaking out.
It was a very funny looking trade because you don't want to throw the Supreme display of talent at an AL just, again, they haven't been feeling that pressure to force yet.
Alright, we're getting to the point where the game might be decided at this team fight in 40 seconds around the Dragon. Vampire already has gotten hit up by the third Antofa strike. Remember, he used his ultimate earlier, and that means he doesn't have it now. Tarzan now pulling the trigger, but will it be too late?
This is sketch.
Alistar running back up from the Death Chamber. Vampire will be able to join his team, potentially on a flank angle, as Shanks could be targeted by that headbutt pull. It will be a smite secure for Junja unless something else happens. No, it will be the Baron secured by JD Gaming, and now Breathe getting targeted by Gala, who's still at full HP, has that lethal tempo proc. Knockup lands onto Vampire. He pops the Unbreakable will be able to survive for a little bit longer, but finally Shanks burns him down with Tibbers. On the flank is Tarzan, and JDG know it, and they are on the run. The target going to be Xiaoshu on the Jace. Dashing over is the Kiana. Honkyu does have the rebut, waiting for it. Finally, Tarzan goes a little bit too early, but in goes Kael to finish it off with the Pop Blossom. Xiaoshu still low. Everybody on JDG's health bars are blinking, and they finally get turned to gray. Gala's on a crazy flank on the Sivir. Goes forward and picks up a 1000 gold shutdown and keeps JDG alive in this game.
Gala, I thought he had completely based there, but he is not able. Talent. They have the mid push. Like you said, that ward in the Dragon Pit is doing numbers.
No vision in the river, though. That means that Breed's going to get focused down immediately. Junja goes forward with the heroic charge. Forces Tarzan back. That burns the Edge of Night. That's a big cooldown on the spell shield that will not be available, as now JDG with the Sivir going to start up the Elder Dragon.
The Sante TPing in. Vampire fishing for some kind of flank play here.
There's the poke. Tarzan already down to half with the help of that Shock Blast. Honkyu throwing out some ease as well. Neither side really wants to focus this down just yet. Junja going to get targeted by the Supreme Display of Talent and the Pop Blossom. He's a tanky Poppy, but not going to be tanky for long. Breathe goes forward. Will be able to eventually take it down. Junja's still alive. Finally, it'll be Tarzan to seal the deal. Elder at 5,000, but it's stolen away. It's Hongq that takes it, and the burns are going to start to come it down. 2 for 2 already, but it will be Vampire going down next. It's a 3 for 2 overall for AL, but somehow JDG with their double whammy in this decisive game. It's at 5,000 HP. Tarzan not in a position to steal just yet. Looking to jump over the wall. Keep his verdict gets canceled, but he will not be able to find a steal. Baron secure.
For the carries, AL have to be exactly like this. They just have to give. As soon as it's just Baron, they can at least think about a fight. But right now,
another tier 2 going down.
Just whittling away at the
AL though, regenerating control in the pit as they know that Xiaoshu on the other side is just going to try to burn down the base of anyone's legend. It is still 5 members of AL here. They're eventually going to have to go one way or the other. The inhibitor in the mid lane will drop as now Xiaoshu will get responded to by Shanks. Both of these players have their teleports as AL start up their second Elder Dragon.
Incredibly winning so far from JDG, but so far is a very limited time span. There is a big top wave accumulating for AL. If this fight goes poorly, they have a TP into end angle with 2 teleports available at this point.
Tarzan.
But numbers. It's all about the numbers. JDG have more right this second. Can they force
Tarzan
with
is
it?
hunting, and Shanks also looking for a flank, although with the wave in the position that it is for JDG, will make it more difficult. Instead, turns his attention onto Vampire, who already pops the Unbreakable Will. Xiaoshu flashes forward, looking to go to the skies as Vampire will flash on top of him as well. Tarzan is forced to peel for his mid laner. That might result in the Elder getting peeled away from both teams, but it will be 2 kills going the way of Shanks as JDG might have dove too far forward. Gala is able to shred through one, maybe another, but the Pop Blossom denies him, and the Chain of Corruption lands on a Junja as well. Tarzan closes the gap and takes Gala down. It's Hope that lands the final blow. The Untopo strikes onto Junja, and the game and series.
So difficult this game. That's why we're crisping on to 50 minutes. He hit time to tear through AL. Once again,
up through the mid lane.
You have a Sivir. You can kill these waves, but AL have to keep Gala from hitting. Breathe is doing his best. He's trying to stop the Sivir getting in range of those cannon minions. He's been doing a really good job in these past fights of zoning the Sivir off of getting to free hit. And that's a big, big minion wave accumulating bot. If AL botch this play even slightly, there is a double TP end angle for JDG. It's not over yet. The super buffs, one is about to be gone. No more Elder. Suddenly you see JDG's confidence start to spring back up.
Currently, as the buffs about to expire, about 40 seconds left on the Baron, no more Elder, so AL unable to even get an inhibitor with their play, but they might be looking for Junja, who overstepped a little bit for that crab. Teleport coming in from Shanks, but he might have just TP'd to his doom. Gets stunned up by Junja, eventually will get taken down by a Golden Eclipse, still going to be alive though. The Pop Blossom comes through from Kyle. Xiaoshu looking to try and go for a flank, takes down Shanks, dives onto Hope, but the Varus will flash away. Already the Nico will go down, and now Breathe and Tarzan looking to peel for their AD carry, but the AD carry is down. Hongq and Gala stand strong. They look for a kill onto the Kazante, and JD Gaming find a fight with Junja being the beautiful bait. All Out comes through in from Breathe, looking to try and stay alive, try to keep his team in this series, doing a lot of damage with these empowered Qs, but Gala continues to throw boomerang after boomerang after boomerang, and will eventually pick up the shutdown. JD Gaming have massive death timers on their opposition, and with 3 members strong, will try to push for the win.
A fight that lasts 200 years isn't forced out by the 200 years. Breathe collapses at the end of that. 3 people strong from JDG. A teleport for Xiaoshu will be up at the same time as most of the AL respawns. The minion wave is collapsing. I don't know if Tarzan has ult.
Chances in this 3rd game. The Elder Dragons now started up by JDG. They want to go for the fight. Breathe uses the Blast Cone to get back over as the Super Minions, as you mentioned, Melvin, in the mid lane here as Xiaoshu maybe looking for a push. Shanks going to be there to try and deny him. Going to be a 4v4 around the Elder and a 1v1 plus some supers in the base of AL. still going to be Junja.
AL
Slowly but surely tickling and taking down this Elder Dragon. AL are going to have to pull the trigger. Otherwise, Xiaoxu might just be able to end the game. In they go. Keeper's Verdict not going to connect. And now AL have the initiative. They have the push. Shanks takes down Xiaoxu in the enemy base. And now can potentially rejoin the fight with the teleport once the wave ends up getting cleared. It'll be the Kiana securing the Elder Dragon as Tarzan this time lands the smite. Vampire will get burned down by Hope. And a teleport in might just seal the series.
All of the collapses. Honkyu is back in the base, but there's still minions in the AL base. If they don't do this quickly, the minions will do the work for JDG. And Gala's alive. He does
got a lot
have
of wave
the flash.
clear.
Gala has
it's a 5v3 for the next 50 seconds. Both Nexus Towers still available. One Nexus Tower is up in AL's base and has now been destroyed. It's an open Nexus on the other side. Will the minions then be the Winions? Honkyu flashes out. Junja getting burned down. Shanks going golden. First Nexus Tower under fire. In goes Tarzan. Forces the Guardian Angel to be popped. And now the second Nexus turret will be the topic of conversation. It'll be the Nexus exposed. Gala trying to win the game. But the Nexus will go down. And AL will hold in better matchup potentially in both areas of the map. It's going to send this Casio down bot, Rise into the mid lane for Knight. Very solid champion for him. Really wanted to go for that Gromp. Might still get punished for it as we see, again, some skirmishing between the jungle supports. The best jungle support of the world is Shun and On, and they are proving it here on the Junhao. It'll be the Shen
trying a gank down on the bottom side of the map, and it's On styling on him down in the bottom side and up on the top side right here. Now bot lane.
Flashes onto On. On has a summoner spell of his own, but another Twin Fangs will sink into him, forcing the flash out
just
of
to the Cassiopeia, but to any potential repeat ganks that could come on through from Jun.
Oh, mid lane getting a little spicy as well. Knight's very low. He should go down, but might try to make a trade here onto Haru. Dredgeline just goes BLG. How do we stop On and Shun from just completely taking over an early?
Small advantage though, and as we were talking about during the draft, this is a composition that skirmishes well, and they're looking to do it right here.
Yeah, going for a dive onto the Ziggs. On with a flash taunt onto his synonymous counterpart. It'll be Knight being able to take that second kill of the game. Feather flashed away from the Cataclysm will mean that there is not much more for BLG to take. Man, On did all he could in that to try to survive the dive using the Mega Inferno Bomb. Still not going to result in anything. Junhao now going in. He's level 5, but remember, Shun already used the ultimate. He flashed under his tower. Another taunt connects from On. Oh, and it's BLG slaughtering Thunder Talk in this skirmish. Haru looking to try to make something happen again. He gets immediately hit up by the flag and drag. He's in the miasma. He cannot escape just yet. Looking for potentially that public execution, perfect execution, and it will be able to take at least one down, and the Satchel will send Knight back. On dashes in. That's his third taunt of the fight, and it's a double kill picked up for the Shen.
Beautifully so far. MVP this man right now.
And here's Wenbo from the top lane. Will land that cage onto On as well.
Sure.
Make it easy pickings for the Shen. Dash in there with the Shadow Assault. One more Q from Wenbo will get him his first LPL kill. And On is going to make him work for it, but there it is. Congratulations for Keshi to try and navigate. But On's going to make it a little bit easier. Throws out the
heavy roaming squad. You can always threaten onto these side lanes really effectively.
Could be an opportunity for Wenbo to claim that tower, but instead backing away, joining a fight could be the play. On going to be the target immediately, as it will be Junhao and Feather trying to lock him down. Crescent Guard doing a lot to block out the damage coming back from BLG, and now Haru and Knight are stuck in a 1v1. The Rise and the Akali duking it out. Haru sees the public perfect execution away, and now Shun will go for an engage himself. This time on to Junhao with the Cataclysm, but he's taking a lot of damage. Nearly goes down, but will end up surviving with the help of his flash. Knight gets the first kill on the Feather. On flashes forward and helps him get a second, and BLG win yet another team fight. They're backing away as the teleport's coming forward from Keshi to try to claim one back. He's got a lot of damage, but it's a 4v1. It would be a dangerous spot for him to engage upon, and so it will be Thunder Talk backing away and BLG gaining control around the Rift Herald pit.
Indeed it does, but we spent so long playing around this fight that actually... Hang on.
Taunt nearly connecting, and now Keshi gonna nearly take him down, and the bouncing bomb from On will do it. The Shen dies for the first time in this game. Spirit's Refuge not going to stop that Ziggs Q.
Indeed, that was what I was about to say before On steps up and gets himself a little bit caught out. The fact that...
Now going to collapse upon the bottom lane tier 1. Take that one down with the help of his Demolish. Simultaneously, Knight takes the tier 1 down top lane, and the gold lead has swung right back up to 2k. Keshi lands That accelerated shock blast goes to the skies, but Knight actually flashes away from it. Keshi's still looking for the play, though. Onto his former teammate will take him down. These younger rookies, but they've really turned it on as of late. We're seeing that now with that performance from Keshi here on this Jace so far.
Oh, good hook as well, going to land. Big chunk of damage out of On already. He's just going to go down.
Spirit's Refuge, a lot of healing though. Comes back up on him. He will eventually get dropped. As On gets another kill, that's his fourth of the game. Thundertalk once again keeping things competitive. Herald has
30 seconds until the next Drake will spawn. Currently 2 to BLG, 1 for Thundertalk. Thundertalk are able to grab themselves a soul with all 4 of these Hextech Drakes. That would be a massive boost of damage for them potentially. So something to keep on tracking. Mid lane priority going to be established by Thundertalk, but there's plenty of wave clear back and forth.
Looking for a flank again. Remember the synergy between that Jarvan and the Cassie. We might just see it here. There's the Cataclysm forward, and the big carry for Thundertalk is down. Keshi in the Death Chamber means that Thundertalk are in massive trouble. They get another kill in the mid lane, another around the river, and Wenbo's chasing Haru down bottom. It is an all areas domination for Bilibili Gaming around Summoner's Rift. Haru is forced to flash away on the next target as Knight will try to shut him down here. The Zig's not long for his world without a flash. It'll be Knight picking up the kill, and BLG with a team fight win.
There we go. All of a sudden, BLG explode back onto the Rift with a really nice team fight. And Thundertalk, they just misstep. They don't have enough vision in the river at all. They tried to step up a little bit too close, and they get collapsed upon instantaneously. Jinhao as well tries to get into the backline, tries to deal his damage, but the stand united from On more than enough to stop that from coming through. This was the other thing.
Wow.
Teleport cancelled by the cage. Really well played from Wenbo right there.
Oh, and now Haru is looking to try to make a play in response. Teleport comes in from Keshi as well, buying a lot of time in the Twilight Shroud. Eventually will go down, but Wenbo will be a trade, and Knight sure to follow. It's a 2v1 here for Knight. He pops the Hourglass to try to stay alive, but it'll be a shutdown going the way of Keshi as Thundertalk answer back.
And I wonder if this is just going to be the Baron right here for BLG. Anytime you've got yourself a Cassiopeia, you have massive and fast Baron damage available to you. They have a look, see if they can potentially steal this one up.
Might get caught out by Shun as well. He was hiding in that bush. Nice done. Very patient from him, but he might run into the Jarvan all the same. Flag and Drag comes through. The Sand United as well. It's going to be 3 members going down onto Keshi. They know he's the win condition for Thundertalk, and they will make sure there is no win condition available, at least for the next 47 in the mid lane. Going to go down. BLG kind of righting the ship after that last sequence of plays. Thundertalk have been able to find their off kills here and there, but in terms of the objectives, in terms of just where the gold is situated at this point, it's still Bilibili up 5k. Now maybe even looking for more as Shun goes with the flag and drag onto Feather. Still does not have the Cataclysm available. The depth charge lands onto Knight. Could be a re-engage for Junhao. A 4-man Crescent Guard. They're going to try to single out the Jarvan. Nearly take him down. The Scorch not going to do it as Knight gets kill number 8 instead. Haru looking for a flank. Petrifying Gaze finds Feather. And now the Akali is in the middle of 3 members of Bilibili Gaming and will not be able to find a single kill until he finds Shun for his second death of the game, but it will come at the cost of the rest of his squad. Knight goes forward, takes another one down, now had the right idea, just a little bit too early compared to the rest of his team arriving.
Redding. I mean, the damage is huge. Actually, we jump back out and Keshi almost dead.
Fighting. Keshi in trouble. Keshi is in fact dead as Knight goes off, one-shots him, and goes up to 11-3. The rest of Thundertalk in some trouble now as Viper is hunting on a down, gets himself the kill with the Twin Fangs.
The overwhelming force of Knight in this game has been crazy.
Yeah, he didn't have a young top laner like Keshi going to have to continue to learn throughout his young LPL career. Soul Dragon now available for BLG. Knight has to go golden as Junhao dashes forward on him with the Audacious Charge. Gets bursted by the Mega Inferno Bomb, but still will be able to live. 2 kills already for BLG as Wenbo's eviscerating the backline of TT. Already takes down On. Keshi, his next target, might not win the 1v1, but he's got the rest of his squad on his side to hunt Keshi down. Ace for BLG as they'll march down the bottom lane to try to claim game 1.
This should be the end of game number 1.
Claims the Hextech Soul and will look to try to play.
Wanting to take down all of these outer towers first. Don't know if it is going to be enough.
One more inhibitor tower still left available. It is on the top side. That is where Wenbo stands. Baron buff available for another 45 seconds. BLG looking for one final push to try to claim this first game. Keshi throws at the Shock Blast, not connecting onto anybody. He really needs to have a great fight if ThunderTalk want to stay alive. Underneath the tower they go, and the tower is now gone. Shun with the Cataclysm forward onto Feather, and already Junhao has fallen. Flag and Drag connects. On gonna get targeted underneath the Miasma, and Knight picks up yet another kill. Guardian Angel has been procced by Shun, but it should not matter, as the rest of ThunderTalk are trapped in their own fountain with nowhere to go but back underneath their base. Nexus down in 30 minutes, and BLG claim game 1.
Nice and quick, pretty easy looking overall. I was impressed.
Yeah, he's just got a lot of ability to close gaps, to take down and backline carries. Tough task here for On and the rest of ThunderTalk, but I will say, no shenanigans this time around for Junhao, instead opting for a full clear, making sure he's in a good position to fight. Speaking of fighting, that is what BLG are going to do down in the bottom lane. Feather can't even take the magical journey, instead allowing Chun to go over. It's first blood once again for On.
Keep things going right here, keep themselves just about safe enough. Buying a couple of summoners as well is going to be useful. This fight continues, though.
Fighting up here. On a half HP. He's definitely taking very low. Junhao's going to warthog forward. Make it a 1-for-1, at least for now. Resonating Strike from Junhao makes it a double kill for the Lee Sin. Shun trying to even things back up, though. He dodges away from the Vault Breaker, but in comes Knight, dashing forward, and with the nails, will be able to secure the first lock kill of the LPL season. Knight off and running. BLG up 3-2.
There we go, and of all the champions to be given early kills over to, the lock is definitely recently now going to be able to grab this first Infernal Drake for the squad.
Does a nice job clearing the wave out and making sure that his team will win.
Everybody just going to be able to get back away from this one. Still, they could get collapsed upon a little bit underneath this tower. On, kind of getting left to the wolves here.
Yeah, they might just go for this kill, waiting maybe for Knight to arrive with a teleport. He's going to channel it and allow for BLG to try to go for something. A double knockup lands for On, but not before he ends up dropping. Wenbo does not have the equalizer. A public execution forward from Keshi. It looks like ThunderTalk actually want to continue the play. In goes the Purgatory as Knight's looking to try to execute some members of BLG, but he gets executed himself. Gets hit up by Tibbers and shut down by Junhao. And Wenbo and Shun are forced to run for the hills.
That's not going to be a bit tricky for BLG. Where is their angle to go in? On does now have himself that ulti available, so he can afford to tank a little bit more.
His TP advantage for Keshi. Wenbo's not going to be there, and under any circumstances will be the execute and the secure for ThunderTalk as Junhao gets the Drake, and the one-shot Shun as well with Tibbers on the next target, and the teleport has come in again for Keshi. A 2-for-0 for TT as they are routing BLG in the early game.
Yeah, they are.
At this point in the game, especially when he is not snowballed the way that you're hoping a lock to be able to do at this point. Ooh, Shun gets hit up by another nice tempered fate from Feather. Gonna get collapsed upon by 3 members of TT. He flashes away from the Tibbers, and Knight is here to try to re-engage, but Junhao just does too much damage. He flashes over the wall to take the Vi down. Knight looking for the assassination onto Haru, but he won't be able to finish the job. He flashes right into the waiting arms of On, and makes it another 2-for-0 for TT. Could be looking for more, as Viper is a bit out of position, gets hit by that Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike as well. Viper knows it's a one-way trip, looking to try to land that 4th shot onto On, but he will not let it happen. ThunderTalk are on fire in game 2.
It looks like ThunderTalk are going to be in control of this one. 5,000 gold now going to be the advantage. And again, 2,500 of it sat on Junhao's head. Some great collapses coming through from these ThunderTalk members. Potentially a collapse going the other way round as Wenbo looking to get on top of Haru. Does at least tag him with the equalizer.
I think On's collapsing upon him. This should be it. Blast Cone? Maybe? They're going to give the kill to Knight. There you go. Big shutdown. Maybe that's something, but right now it's a fight.
Yeah, the fact that that is the cull only just now popping as well. ThunderTalk. Such a big injection of gold as looking to just get a kill here.
Out of position once again. He gets collapsed upon by Haru, who gets back on the board. Now Keshi looking to collapse upon On with the teleport. Public execution not going to connect, but it's still
6,000 gold the advantage as well. And it feels like PLG are just scrambling. They don't really know how to make this team composition work overall, which I'm surprised by. It feels like it should have been a little bit more front to back, behind. The Vi, the Lock, even the Jin to a certain extent don't want to fall super far behind. and can struggle to get into games in which they have done so. The Lock specifically, its champion needs to stay ahead of the curve, because the second you start finding some extra health to make you a little bit tankier to it, it can be such a struggle. Feather just going to be able to magical journey his way away from a potential threat situation as we watch BLG losing more and more of their map right here.
Steal the red buff. Shun has had a tough game. Every
Quadrant of the map, the top half of the map even, really. Look at the vision available to them, Grapes. There's basically nothing up there.
Keshi 1v1ing Wenbo, soon to be 1v2 with Feather arriving. Another pick onto this rookie top laner. Wenbo gets away from the Tempered Fate. Going to be matched alongside Shun, and Viper's on the way, but Feather will flash forward and make it an even trade. It's 1-for-1 so far, with Knight teleporting in, and Feather away from the rest of his team at this point. Knight tries to dash away from that Cosmic Binding, but ends up not dashing away far enough. Thundertalk looking to continue the chase. Sonic Wave not landing onto anybody, and now a re-engage could be in tow for BLG. Once again, Feather out of position, and Knight will be able to eventually take him down, but Viper's assassinated on the other side, as it's finally a 2-for-2. Knight still has that ultimate available, has opportunities to execute, and might have found one here. Headbutt pull from Harrow, who goes way too far forward, and now On is flashing on to the backline. On's in trouble now, as Knight will land that execute, get another shutdown, and there it is from BLG in this game 2. Looking for the final kill onto Junhao as the teleport comes back in from Keshi, and that means that Bilibili will have to escape.
Yeah, they're going to be able to use this blast cone away, get themselves out of really good to see, and that purgatory. Damn.
It's going to be Soul for Thundertalk if they pick it up at the 3,000 HP, so another team fight already in the weights. On lands a two-man pulve, and it will be the Soul denied by Bilibili for now. On the backside of things, Keshi ends up going down. He'll be traded for On the respective backline here for BLG. Feather goes forward. Another poor magical journey will result in him likely going down, but he's still able to survive. Shun finally sits over the wall. There's the purgatory from Knight. Will find and execute onto Harrow eventually, but Junhao's looking to chase him down as well. There is the kill. Dashing over is Knight. Now stuck in a 1v1 against the Fedley Sin. Goes into the stasis, but eventually will go down. Thundertalk lose the Drake, but they still end up winning the fight. And Goldie, they still are in a good position, and they have the team fighting power alongside Junhao on this Lee Sin, who once again is looking for the rookie in Wenbo. Tempered Fate gonna buy some time, as now Shun has forced Feather out with a magical journey. Knockup lands onto Keshi. Deadly Flourish to follow. They will one-shot the TT80 carry if he's not careful. Send to the back line as he flashes away. On really dangerously up into the front line here. As that would be big for a potential upcoming team fight. There it is, full hourglass now completed, and now Wenbo's going to get targeted. Feather just whiffs the flash, but it's not going to matter anyway. Keshi lands the public execution, and it will be Wenbo going down. 4v5 now for BLG. On has to pop the Unbreakable Will, flashes underneath his tier 2 tower, which has now been denied by the Tempered Fate. Curtain Call not going to find a kill, as Thundertalk doing a nice job to body block, and with the top laner down for BLG Bloxer, maybe this is the time for TT to start up the Baron.
It's at least the time for them to bait the members of BLG in. You can see there's lots of worry about what's happening in this bush.
He dashes forward. He's right into a stun from Harrow. The CC lock is pure, and TT play the vision game to a T. It has resulted in some bad things happening for his team in his second game on the LPL. Shun looking to re-engage, but a nice spell shield from On will cancel the cease and desist. Knight tries to assassinate Harrow, but does not have the damage. Junhao dashes back in, kicks Viper to his doom, and Thundertalk might have just done it. It's a double kill for On. Wenbo will go down for the 4th kill of the fight, and it's only the lock available now for Bilibili Gaming. TT are 5 strong. They're going to push down mid, and they're going to win their first game in Group Ascend.
There we go. We're going to get a game number 3 here. Long day of games so far. Knight, the final one remaining. He's going to jump back underneath his fountain, but he's going to have to watch as the Nexus falls. Thundertalk, send us to a game 3. Standard, plenty of damage available to you. You've got the Cassante as something to give you some level of tankiness. You don't need that out of your mid lane here, and it will just be the Ahri to round things out. Ahri Neferia
his team going to be able to kind of consume those resources. Thundertalk kind of need everybody to come to play here in the gold department, and that's not going to be the case for On. Gets hit up by the tactical sweep. Yeah, takes a chunk of damage, but not going to result in too much. Still has the passive shield as the wave goes underneath the tier 1 turret. Heal pop by Feather. They are looking for the dive this time onto Viper, who is without a flash. Will go down, but he'll be traded by Feather. Regardless, though, the wave will go down underneath Viper's tower. He'll lose out on
pick himself up the kill in that situation. Now Jun trying for a little bit of a playback.
Once again, no flash, and Shun is here to capitalize. Junhao, the next target. It's already a 1-for-0 here in the bottom side. Junhao goes forward. One more Q. Should be able to take down On, and Shun is looking to chase him down. One more proc of the Q will give them
how much threat this early Camille support can really do.
Speaking of, right back to the mid lane as Knight has a Spirit Rush as well. Looking for Heru. Feather flashes in front of him to try to get away from the hook shot, but he's still going to go down. Shun gets kill number 3. Feather has half of his HP still left, and Junhao looking to try to re-engage as well. It won't result in anything going down just yet, other than that 1 kill for BLG.
BLG going to be happy.
3 of the 4 shots and keeping himself rather healthy. Who might not be healthy now is Heru, who is once again focused down by On. Knight flashes forward, lands the charm, and will be able to finish off the kill. Keshi, though, teleporting down with a Destiny. Gonna have a lot of damage back down on to Knight, who doesn't have any way to defend himself, and a Twisted Fate gets on.
Well, and you're able to, as Viper, quickly teleport back into the mid lane and catch this minion wave. Now, potential dive happening in the top lane. Wembo, obviously, still pretty tanky with this Cassante.
Has his flash and his ultimate. Supreme Display of Talent already hits, and the rest of the squad has arrived. Shun and On to the rescue at the perfect moment. 2 procs of the ulti result in 2 kills for the dog.
Nice. Right now, you've got a couple of Thundertalk members in the area, but going over the wall in this pit surely just spells your demise.
They threw a lot of spells over, and Shun barely able to secure the map for Knight. He's spent time bot lane, for instance, looking to try to feed Viper, and so has Shun. Looking for another play on to Heru, dashing forward again. Goes invulnerable right under the turret and will be able to pick up yet another kill. Now in the mid lane, it's Knight with the help of On. So 2-for-1s in 2 different locations result in 2 more kills for Bilibili Gaming.
And this is too early to say, Grapes. We've still got plenty more of this game left to play. But if the game ended right now, would you be voting for On or for Shun? Hang on, let's see.
Well, it might depend how this fight plays out. Looks like On. Not a team player. Playing for the KDA a little bit there, letting Knight die. Or, maybe just a smarter thing, all things considered. Speaking of not smart, that's what Viper is feeling right now as he is getting collapsed upon after trying to take that final shot of the turret. Heru gets on the board.
Keeping the gold gap between the 2 teams overall even and in check as we have the Rift Herald spawn, and On just going to get jumped right here.
Yeah. He's getting focused down. That is a bad death if he ends up going down, but maybe not with the help of the rest of his team. On is still alive. Solar Flare finally going to take him down as a shutdown goes Feather's way, but BLG collapsed beautifully upon the rest of Thundertalk. On looked like he was out of position. On just got aura, man. I don't know. You can walk wherever.
And Thundertalk even feel confident enough to step up into this one. They've got no vision. It's just darkness ahead of them right now. They're gonna try go in.
Blade lands onto On, who immediately pops the ultimatum in response. Knight forces a flash out of Heru with the charm, and it's already the first kill going on to On. Wenbo with the all-out onto Junhao. In goes Shun onto Heru as well. Both carries out of the picture for Thundertalk, as it's a double kill once again for the Nefiri. Keshi chasing down On should be able to finish off at least 1 kill onto the BLG support. But BLG still feeling very comfortable with how that fight worked out. Junhao's still on the wrong side of the rift, as Knight will try to hunt him down for at the very least an execute.
See if he can at least force him back. I think in the end it is just going to be surviving, able to get back away. The Drake, more importantly than anything else, goes on over, and Keshi, does he get stunned up? Yes,
his TP cancelled. Unlucky. Thought he could get away with the TP instead. Gonna get fed to the Wolves once again. Feather might be out of position as well now as he tried to save his top laner. Might end up being a bit of an over-aggressive play. Thought he might have had the defensive capabilities. Instead, it's Shun getting yet another kill.
Thundertalk in the previous game show us that they can...
Top side of the map. What exactly that'll look like, we'll have to wait and see. Teleport's certainly not an option with all the crowd control available on TT's side. It's 4 members to eventually take the Cassante down for the first time this game, as you already see moves towards the top side for BLG.
Indeed, they've been able to establish themselves into that top quadrant, but it's pre-20 minutes. We've still got 30 seconds or so until the Baron will join us on the Rift. So well-timed play right there from ThunderTalk to at least get something for themselves back. As this is what I was talking about, we're just infuriating champions to be trying to play against. Hang on, picture.
On, getting taken down, will be Junhao securing the solo kill as the teleport comes in from On as well to make it a 3-man squad on the bottom side. They'll be able to pick up an objective bounty after catching out the Camille. Nicely done by ThunderTalk, and they could be looking for more. Viper forced to flash underneath his tower as Keshi is starting to ramp up. He flashes forward with a gold card to make it another kill going towards the TF. A couple of highlight moments here in this series against BLG. Once again, his old team, him and Haru, coming from the junior squad just a year ago. Junhao a year before that. Now they're trying to take down their former parent organization. It's not going to be so easy as BLG still up 3,500 gold. They're going to try to snowball that lead forward by taking down this tier 2 turret in the mid lane. Still have that Baron.
More vision. They're currently in complete control of the vision over this Baron pit, whereas BLG hunting on the other side of the map.
This guy's a little more squishy though. Keshi gets 100 to 0'd with the help of Knight's Charm.
Try to play around the top side of the map. As we said, can try steal this one.
Don't necessarily stack a lot of resistances, and that's going to be a big benefit for BLG as we try to continue to see them dive onto the back line like we might see here. But who's getting dove by who? It's Junhao assassinating on the Kiana and making it a big fight here for TT that can potentially be turned into more. Wenbo teleports forward, but he eats a lot of damage with his shield charm. Lands onto Haru, and Shun looking to maybe close the gap. Right of the Arcane, not going to be dodged away from that final shot as Viper gets back on the board. Diving onto On is the Nefiri. She's able to jump back up and keep herself alive. Feather with the last tick of the Comet will burn down.
Finally beginning to get themselves some firm control over this one. About tagging Haru is what sets all of this fight up. The right of the Arcane, he doesn't even hit that many of them, but still plenty of damage.
Shun dancing around all of ThunderTalk. Finally eats a full solar flare, and the 11-0 Nefiri is no longer. Viper gets a trade back onto Feather though, and Wenbo has dove onto the backline. On is down. Knight looking for more. Charm not connecting, but Keshi down to 500 HP. Haru on the run as well, as BLG still have the numbers advantage.
They do. The test's going to have to keep pushing right here. And with the Baron buff available and now 2 members dead for ThunderTalk, these inhibitor towers are under massive threat. They only have a wave in the mid lane right now, so they're only going to be able to grab this one. And we'll see if they stick around for the inhibitor 2. Looks like they will.
Options running out here for ThunderTalk. They have the ability to one-shot some players, but it comes at the cost of more members, more than likely, dying on their side of things. From the Chain of Corruption with his Spirit Rush, really good reaction time from Knight, who still has 2 more procs to the ulti to look to make a play. Misses the charm at the right of the Arcane, really forcing Haru down, forces to pop the heal just to keep the Syndra alive at this point. Teleport comes in from Keshi, in goes Junhao, lands a big Supreme Display of Talent, but it is the Hextech Soul, secured by Bilibili, and Shun's diving onto Junhao as well. Wenbo soaking up a lot of damage, but eventually will drop as Knight makes it a 2-for-1, looking to try to finish off some more. Call the pack forward from Shun, and On will look to finish the deal as well. The Nefiri pops off. It's a triple kill for Knight, and sooner rather than later, BLG are going to wrap up this series.
They've got these super minions in the base right here. They've got a clean ace to play around as well, and they're going to walk this one down. It takes 3 games. ThunderTalk do pick themselves up 1 in this series, but BLG 2-1 over ThunderTalk.
It wasn't the cleanest, but the defending champions are going to survive. New top laner Wenbo comes in, win comes in all the same. BLG complete the 2-1, and they go up to 1-0.